to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you as always. Welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your beautiful comments to each other as well. I do read the comments. I don't get a chance to respond to all of them, but I just love seeing the way that you guys support each other in the comment section, because that was the goal of this channel, is to bring people together who are all struggling with the human experience. So if you have found yourself here for the very first time, please join us, subscribe to the channel, get cozy. We're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather around this table. And as a thank you to my subscribers, I do offer a chance to win a free tarot reading monthly. I'm waiting to hear back from some of my most recent winners, so be sure to check your notifications if you have left me a comment, and be sure to drop your comment below any of my videos this month for your chance to win as well. For today's topic, we are looking at the person on your mind and what do they wish they could say to you right this moment. So why there could be a reason why they can't say what they want to say. Whatever that may be, it could be a far-reaching energy in the collective, but what do they wish they could say to you right now with no filter? So we have 3 piles to choose from today: the bobcat spirit with the yellow flower, the electric eel spirit with the white flower, and the butterfly spirit with the red flower. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting today from your spirit team, and I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, it's all about the person on your mind and what do they wish that they could say to you right this moment. Pile 1. Hello, pile number 1. You are drawn to the yellow flower, or to the bobcat spirit. It says, life is a mystery, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, what do they wish they could say to you right this moment? The bobcat spirit's number 8. There could be a work connection here, actually. And there's something about looking beyond the appearances of things, looking beyond the immediate appearances of things to see the underlying truth of the situation, that their feelings, they feel like perhaps are being well hidden, but maybe it's not as well hidden as they think that it is. And they're talking about the mystery of you and wondering, it's like they know what they're deceiving in themselves. They know what they're hiding about their feelings for you, but they don't know how you're feeling too. And they're a little concerned about that, or they're afraid in that aspect. But when it comes to their feelings, they say that there's a difference between maybe how they treat you or how they interact with you, with the version of truth that lies in their heart space and the truth of what they really wish that they could say to you. But there could be some reasons why they feel like that's not possible for them, or that they shouldn't be applying that sort of force. So what do they wish they could say, please, to pile number 1 right this moment? We're going to start with the Mystical Medleys Tarot for you, and then we'll move into some message cards as well. What do they wish they could say right this moment to pile number 1, please? The Knight of Swords and the Fool. Oh my goodness, they have so much that they want to say, but they're really afraid of looking foolish. Or you can even see here at the pyramid, there's looks like ears of a donkey coming out of that pyramid. So there could be a workplace connection here for this person on your mind. And I feel like they're very, it's like I feel like there's conversations that are had here, but they're not honest conversations, because if they spoke what was really on their chest, they know that that's a risk to their environment in some way. They also fear as well that times when they've spoken to you in the past, that they've sort of stuck their foot in their mouth, or they looked like a bit of a jackass or something around you in the past. It's like they're afraid of the consequences of that they really want to say to you. You have the Page of Swords. They really want to tell you that they can't help but watch you in the environment that they know you. They can't help, and it's like the more that they learn about you, the more that they like, the more that they want to get to know you as well. And there's this huge distinction between the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords. So there could be longevity here on what they've been holding back. It's like, I've been holding this back for a really long time, and I don't want to look like a jerk. They keep emphasizing not wanting to look foolish, not wanting to look like a jerk by saying what they truly want to say. They could be in some type of leadership role. And they could perhaps act a little cool around you or unbothered. Maybe they act like they don't notice you sometimes. There's just a cold front that I feel. But they're like, that's not the reality. You have to look way beyond the immediate appearances of things and look into the mirror here, because the 5 of Cups is a huge distinctive difference between this King of Swords and what he's showing us in the 3D. We have the World. And the back of the deck is the Chariot and the 3 of Cups. Oh my goodness. This person, look at the nervous look on the Chariot's face. It's like, I have so much that I want to say, but what's going to happen? Where is my Chariot going to be pulled if I say what I want to say? There's a friendship aspect here. There's a friendship aspect. So, but you're so different. You know, maybe this is like a work connection where you're sort of kind of friends, or it's friendly anyway. But you're different from what they're used to. You're different from their environment, and they love that about you. They love that about you, but they don't feel like they can say it because they're worried about looking bad. They're worried about like having people have a poor opinion of them. They're worried about looking like a traitor in some regards as well. And they could have boundaries that they feel like they do have to maintain when it comes to you, because they're saying, you know, this is how I feel, but I can't act upon it because I'm being pulled in these different directions. I know what I want to say, but what are the consequences of me saying what I want to say? Because I feel like I have to watch you and that's it. I have to keep my distance from you because that's what's allowed. And they feel like they wish that they had met you sooner. They wish that they had met you before these conflicts were here. And they're really regretful that they hadn't met you sooner. There are solutions though here. This person ideally wants to tell you that if they could find the solution, if they could, and there's a death cycle that I'm feeling too. If they could find a solution, they're like, I would love to try a relationship with you. I would love to move this out of a friend zone into something more. And I think a lot about taking that action. And I think a lot about what the obstacles are. And that's what's holding me back from telling the truth. Page of Pentacles. And it's not that they don't have the opportunity to speak. It's that you can see that they put their foot up. They're hesitating on this rock. Hand on hip. Waiting for the perfect opportunity. But I feel like the perfect opportunity eluded them in the first place. Because they're asking themselves through this conflict, you know, will I have to rebuild and start from square one if I entered into something in this connection? I'm focused on this grove of trees, and then we have this big blue mountain, which is talking about emotional hills to climb to plant new seeds. And the endurance and the preparation and the actions that require to achieve that goal. But they also want to say to you that there's such a pressure inside of them that they feel when you're around, a pressurized attraction, a pressurized energy to speak how they truly feel, and they want something more physical. Like in a perfect world, if they could tell you exactly what they wanted to say right now, they would say, I want you in a very real way, but I don't want to look like an idiot. It's like, I don't want to look like a jerk. They keep focusing me on this term of like them feeling like a bad person. And it's a swear word, so I don't want YouTube to flag me, but you have the Eight of Pentacles. And this has been going on for a while. I'm just seeing all these years lined up on the tree. It's like, I've been feeling like this for a long time. I've been holding it in, and the pressure's just building and building and building since the first opportunity. It's like I always had this feeling the first moment I met you. It's like the first moment I met you, I had this feeling about you. And now, maybe even perhaps years later, it's just this pressure that just keeps building. The more that I get to know you, the more I feel the pressure that this is something, that there's something here between the two of us. But it's like I have blinders on. I'm trying to protect myself. I can't commit. And there's an emphasis on your eyes. So you could have really large eyes or something. And they're just emphasizing the eyes. And they're saying there's something about your eyes that are very magnetic. It feels like it's almost obsessive. And there's also something about your voice. I feel like there's somebody watching that has a higher voice, or like almost like it's very light, or it's soft, or it's high. It's almost, yeah, it's like a high, and they like that. They love your voice. They love your eyes. But there is a reality that stings here that grounds them. And this Three of Cups, you can see that there's a bunch of skull people here, and they could be a Libra. I'm getting a very strong Libra energy from them at this time too. They're talking about thinking that they're tricking you with how they feel. It's like, I know I'm wearing masks. Maybe you don't think I feel this way at all. It's like, I feel like I'm tricking you with how I feel right now. We have the Six of Wands, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Pentacles here with the Six of Wands is talking about victory over something. It's like, I know I have a lot to be grateful for. I know I have victory over something that I've invested in, but now because of you and the influence that you have, my loyalty is being split between these two energies, being split between the loyalty I feel towards my environment and the loyalty that I feel towards this connection, because it's been years. It almost feels like like work wife, work husband type of vibe here between the two of you. Like you guys mesh well, very, very well together. But here's the overthinking, and there's the Ten of Swords. They also want to say to you right now that they lose sleep over this and they're so unsure about what the future holds. But the one thing they can assure is that they're still going to be focused on this connection. They're still going to be focused on you. It's like we're continuing to move forward, and I'm continuing to move to wear masks that perhaps in positions that empower me, but we're going to have to continue to look beyond what is being shown to see the truth of how I feel. Because it's not over for me, they're saying. And they understand that it's going to require, there's something about being in a state of it is what it is with the Hermit, moving through the world, moving through the unfinished cycle between the two of you, knowing that there's no commitment possibilities perhaps at this time. And the Hermit here is grounding himself because of the fear of actually applying an approach to change that scenario for the two of you, to make the changes that are necessary. It's like, do I have what it takes to put the work in? And right now they're like, I don't think I have what it takes in the present realm because of what I've already invested in. Or it feels like I'm going to have to start back at square one. But they're like, I can't let it go. And I want you to know that I'm not planning on letting this go. What do they wish they could say right now? Please, the pile number 1. The starfish and the earthworm. Oh my goodness. Back of the deck is the spider. They're like, I know I made this bed. I know that I did this to myself. It's like a torturous energy. I'm mourning that. I know I did this to myself. And the earthworm is under the surface of the soil, toiling. You know, the earthworm makes it possible for us to have fertile soil. It's aerating. It's producing all sorts of nutrients to the soil, but it goes unnoticed, it goes underappreciated. And that's the thing, that they feel like their feelings are not being brought to the surface. It's hiding their full spectrum. It's hiding the full spectrum. And I feel like what they don't realize is that perhaps there's a very mirrored energy here between the two of you, because I think about the earthworm as being like, you can cut an earthworm in half and it will survive. It can sometimes survive that type of pain. And the starfish here is all Aquarius energy, perhaps for you or this person, but it's all about the hope and the gaze. It's like you being in that star position, you being in that lantern here with the Hermit, despite the fact that I feel like I've made my own destiny and weaved my own destiny here with the spider. They want you to know that appearances are deceiving, and no matter what they're showing you in the present is not the truth of how they're feeling. They've woven this destiny for themselves and they're feeling sort of stuck in that destiny now. What do they wish they could say to pile number 1 right this moment, please? What do they wish they could say right this moment to pile number 1, please? I couldn't catch you because I fell too, the Tower. And this is like, they think that they're kind of bringing something to light, like they're bringing up an epiphany for you. It's like they're going to surprise you by this. But they're also speaking about why they're being pulled in different directions. They're worried about upheaval. They don't want to create conflict in your life or their life at this time. And I don't know if I'm strong enough to be able to face the Tower, to be able to face my truth and the reality of how I'm feeling here, because I don't know if I'm capable of hurting other people. I feel like this person's really worried about hurting other people. You could destroy me, and I still haven't made up my mind about what I can do or say. The Knight of Swords, because they don't know what bursting out with their truth is going to do as a consequence, and the obstacles that they feel like could create that Tower moment. I shouldn't have treated you like all of the rest, because they do have regrets about how they've treated you in the past or the appearances of things. So they may have been cold to you. As I said, they could have put up a front, and they're really regretful about that. It's like, I can't even look at what I've done. It's like, I wish I had made better choices. I wish that I'd met you sooner. Wishing that I had some type of freedom. And we also have 8 of Cups. I walked away to find myself with the Yin. So there's this feeling about empowerment, about walking away to find our empowerment and not being satisfied with how things are right now. And maybe feeling like you're not satisfied with how things are right now either, and really wanting to clarify their feelings overall. Of recognizing it's like, I'm not taking action because I'm trying to focus on abundance, but they're not feeling abundant in their present realm as it is. And the influence of you sometimes highlights that dissatisfaction for them. What do they wish they could say to pile number 1 right this moment, please? Ascending, I want to transcend the obstacles. I want to move into a new phase with you. It's like I've learned so much from meeting you. It's like they've learned so much about themselves and the focus that they had in their original focus. They've learned that adjustments may be required or had been required. And I wonder if this is a soulmate connection because they feel something with you when they are speaking with you. They just feel joy. They feel upbeat. It's like you bring in this light. It's like a breath of fresh air that comes through. We also have hammer on one side and lightning on the other. It says here, sabotage, rebuilding, persistence, repetitive persistence, working on it. I think of work realm. And then the lightning with the tower, sudden change, shocking attack, upheaval, and transformation. And they don't feel like they're capable or available for that in the present moment. I'm sorry if I've ever hurt you. They do feel like they were cutting, maybe in the past they feel like they stuck their foot in their mouth or that they gave you the impression that they were intentionally mean in some way. So please take that as it resonates because I'm so frustrated with myself in the situation. It's like they're mad at themselves for the choices that they've made. You have made me so happy here. Or something. A schmeckle of dust from my candle on that one. Or from my sage stick, probably. High school sweethearts. I feel like there's been longevity here for someone watching. I do feel like there's a work connection here, but there is the student energy as well. So if you went to school with this person, for instance, maybe you went to school and now you're working with them. Do I think about you too much? And I'm worried that maybe this is all one-sided, and this attraction is not just physical. It is physical sometimes, but it's not just physical. It's more than that. And they want you to know that they fell so hard and fast for you. And they can't say that. And they're frustrated with themselves because they want to express it. But what happens if they do? Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. What was the last thought that this person had that they wish that they could have blurted out and expressed to pile number 1, please? The 10 of Swords. The Justice, the 3 of Pentacles. The last thought they had was about the difficulty of the journey, the difficulty of their truth and how it isn't copacetic with their foundations right now, and feeling like this feeling that they have has brought them to this benchmark of decision and they don't know what to do about it. The 10 of Swords is very devastating because we don't have solutions anymore. Where our empowerment is gone and we need to wait for the dawn to come before we can formulate a new plan of action. So they're feeling kind of a bit of despair in their last thought about you. We have the Queen of Swords here, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, E, F, and L, elf, some kind. There could be like, I just heard like red hair or something, so just take that as it resonates. We have the letter T, we have the Hanger, and we also have live, laugh, and love. When I think of live, laugh, and love, I think about those kitchen signs that people have in their homes. The Hanger is all about suspension and feeling like I'm being kind of put aside in some type of way. And here is the beautiful Queen of Swords. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. And be sure to check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the white flower or to the electric eel spirit, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, what do they wish they could say to you right this moment? Now, number 24 equals to a 6, and so there's this aspect of like the 6 of Wands and acting victorious, acting really confident, but not really feeling it inside, perhaps needing a little bit of a boost or help to get there. There is this electric eel spirit. It says, bring your ideas to life. And the truth is, you're drawn to the white flower as well, which is all about clarity. And this reading is all about what they want to express to you right this moment. So they want to tell you where their fantasies have been. They want to tell you what they've been fantasizing about this electricity that they feel that's palpable between the two of you. But the eel is below the surface of that water. And so it's like emotional waves that they feel in amidst this electricity that they feel, and they're suppressing. They're not telling you how they feel in this present moment, but they have so much they want to express. They have so much they want to do with you, and they want to bring these fantasies into the 3D. They don't want them to remain fantasies, and they have this hopeful energy that maybe if they express themselves to you in this way, maybe it's a mutual thing, but they're not 100% confident about that, the mutual aspect. So let's take a look here. What do they wish that they could say right this moment to pile number 2? I'm going to use the Tattoo Tarot for you to begin. What do they really wish that they could say to pile number 2 right this moment? The High Priestess. They say that they have a lot of secrets that they keep. But they're also kind of accusing you of already maybe picking up on some of this. It's like deep down, you feel it too. And I want us to both express it. It's like deep down, you feel this too. We have the Four of Coins and we have the Death card coming out here. And whatever foundations you guys have built together or in relation to your relationship, but whatever the case may be, they want to expand upon it. We have the Strength, Leo energy. They also want to express that this does test their strength every day. And I just heard they don't want to bite the hand that feeds. So for someone watching, and it's very important when we are like reading for the collective, or that when I'm reading for the collective, that the people that are watching understand that there's lots of different energies floating in and out. So there's going to be lots of different scenarios and triggers to those scenarios. So for someone watching, and this isn't a message for everyone, somebody's concerned about the home. Somebody's concerned about a foundation that we put effort into. And there's a death cycle surrounding that. So there's like this red tape that they feel like is getting in the way of their truth coming out. It's like, but I have this idea, I have this electricity with you, and I want more. I don't want it to just be a fantasy, and I hope that there can be more. But it's like I have to tie up loose ends, and I have to figure out my practical situation. Ace of Cups, because I want more. They want to bring forward an offer to you, pile 2. And they want you to know, it's like they want both of you to have the peace of that. They want to offer you the clarity to give you as much peace as they require for themselves, because they are under the impression that maybe you have this same feeling, or that you already have an inclination to the electricity between the two of you, because it feels palpable. Like this could be the type of connection where you met and you felt an instant connection, or literally when they touched your hand, there was electricity that went through you. And we have the Ace of Wands. They also want to say that you inspire change. You've inspired them with how they feel about you. You're the one that's prompting all of this desire for upheaval and change at this moment. We have the Eight of Swords, and there's the Knight of Coins. And this Eight of Swords has the Star of Aquarius right in the center, which means you're the focus when they're stuck. They escape to you, or they escape to thoughts of you when they're feeling limited, when they're feeling frustrated in their environment. They escape to you. They hope for you, even amidst their obstacles right now. And they're laying them out. There are obstacles here in this situation, but they want you to know that this feeling that they have has changed things for them. It's changed things for them. It's like they felt it intrinsically when they met you, and it's changed things for them. Here is this Knight of Coins, and there's the Hermit. They could be an earth sign. We also have, as I said, a lot of fire energy here. But we have Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo as well, especially with the Hermit energy. And you can see there's the Star of Aquarius in the Lantern, grounding themselves to go over these mountains. Like there's still challenges that we have to overcome, especially when it comes to my commitments, when it comes to my reliability in other realms. It's like, but I want to offer this diamond. I want to offer something. And they're talking here about offering crystal clear intentions. You can see that the diamond, it's all about clarity with the diamonds, and coming forward with the clarity that maybe they can't right now because of their responsibilities. But they want to let you know the imprint. There's a tattoo on his neck. This is the Tattoo Tarot. But the imprint that you've left on them. And it's this imprint. Now they're giving me this message about the power. It's like, they're talking about the head of the household. So this person could be the head of the household, but they're saying you're the force. You are the force that's turning the head. You're the force that's making that head swivel and question that household, or question their investments. Again, either in the work realm or the home realm, just questioning their position. of whatever they think is holding them back from you. And you're the swivel. You're the person that's turned the head, the divine feminine energy that's turned the head. Where is my other deck? Right here. They want you to know that they want to come forward with an offer. That's their plan. They have a plan of coming forward with an offer. They feel like they have to execute carefully, and it might take them some time to get there. You have the Two of Swords. They also want to say, I'm not blind to the signs. I see them. I see them. I may act like I'm blind to them, but I see them. And it's just a situation where I'm afraid of the next step. I'm afraid of my security. I'm afraid of the landing on my feet. And it's like sometimes in order to just be able to delay, I have to turn my back on the true emotion that I feel. But it's not over. It's not over. It just requires me to take this leap of faith, and I'm just not ready yet. I'm trying to build up the strength in the present moment. I'm trying to execute change because I want change. And they feel like they can be a better version of themselves with you, but it's going to require the determination. And they feel imbalanced right now. There's one shoe and one boot on his foot, and they're just imbalanced. But he's cloaked in red for a reason, because there's empowerment behind the strength. There's determination. And this person wants you to know that they're determined. We have the Page of Wands. They are primarily wanting you to know that the focus that they have on you is emotional, that they care about you, that there's emotion, but they're also trying to slip in here this message about curiosity and about wanting to fuel it and wanting to explore you, wanting to take you off and explore you in a whole new realm. It's like, I wish that we could run away together and explore this change. And they're very, very focused on change right now because of this influence of this connection. They've got some hills to overcome. They've got some obstacles to rifle through first. But it's almost like in this admission, they're trying to give you peace of mind, knowing that a change is coming and that they plan on being the force towards that change. But it's going to require them to close off a cycle that they have been implementing for at least maybe even 5 to 10 years. Like, they have to close out an important cycle in order to execute this change right now. But they're like, you're just the person to help me execute. You're just the person that I want to transition into this peace and clarity with. And so the temperance is being emphasized by the 8 and the 6. And they're saying now is not the time, but things are being woven behind the surface. And I'm really thinking about bringing forward an offer that's going to help to achieve the goals that I have here with you. And I'm working on it. They're working on it right now. They think a lot about you in the work realm. That could mean this is a connection in the work realm, but I don't feel it's necessarily a connection for everyone in the work realm here, because it's secondary, it's coming down below the deck. But they are talking about them thinking about you a lot while they are working. Yeah, and there's the Justice. So for someone, this is a work realm connection, but for others, the Justice here is representing their position that brings them conflict in the present moment. What do they wish they could say to pile number 2 right this moment, please? The Flame Tree. They want something new, the start of something new, and you're that temptation. Look at that big red sun. It almost reminds me of an apple. And what's interesting is that these drops are very familiar here with the drops of the Ace of Cups. They are admitting that in some cases, this action towards you might cause some pain, necessary pain for other people. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. They wish they could say to pile number 2, please. And the message, positive news, positive outcome. I'm coming is what they're saying. I'm coming forward. There's the peace of those doves. It's like peace being assured. It's like offering communion, offering an offer to you that brings about peace and that opens up a doorway. And they hope that they'll have a positive outcome to this offer when they do decide to extend the invitation to you. Back of the deck says, I'm not speaking right now from my voice box, but I'm speaking intuitively, silent whispers of the heart at this time. And it's a challenge for them not to express it vocally, but they want you to know that they're focused on growth, they're focused on more, and that they are expressing these silent whispers of the heart related to you. What do they wish they could say right now, please? The Palm Tree. Stability, permanency, flexibility in their stability. And I was just shown, there's the palm tree, and I was just shown somebody who's climbing up the palm tree with bare feet. you know, people who can climb those palm trees with bare feet. It looks very easy, you know, and they're speaking here about having to make adjustments to bring that palm down to the ground. It's like weighing down the top of the palm to bring it down to earth so we can make plans of action, so we can harvest the fruit. We have kisses, unconditionally loving and giving and receiving of affection and falling in love with you and wanting this relationship to evolve to the next phase, healing their inner child and growth. And that's what they want you to understand with this electricity. They're bringing their ideas to life. They have intentions. They see the obstacles, but they're like, I know that with your help, we can overcome these obstacles. And I have a plan. This person's making a plan. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the future, because they're inspired in the future for change, and ultimately, in this present moment, they're trying to build up the courage to express this in a really vocalized way to you as well. What do they wish they could say right now with no filter, please? That I'm in pain, that I'm not happy with how things are in this present moment, that I overthink and I'm worried about the future. I want you to choose, ideally. That came in reversed on the floor. And I just want you all the time. Electricity. Period. It's like all the time. But now is not the time. It's like, although I want you all the time, now is not the time. Temperance being highlighted here. But I'm inspired. And there's this rose of the empowerment and this little rosebud that hasn't bloomed yet. Just please give me time. I've never felt like this way before. But for you, pal, too, this person's motivated. You are so beautiful. What do you need me for? And this card also speaks about position and speaks about how sometimes positions get in the way of opportunity, or positions get in the way or distract us or slow down the potential that we want to see in a situation that prompts us and triggers us, and connections that prompt us and trigger us. I hide who I really am from you, or I hid who I really am from you in the past. I wish that things could be different right now. What do I really truly want to say right this moment, please? What do I wish they could say right now? I want you. I just want you all the time. And that's what they are like. Electricity, electricity. I want you. I'm wearing masks. I wish that I could take back my words. They may have felt like they stuck their foot in their mouth a little bit with you in the past as well. And I've lost myself for a little while in some of these fantasies as well. Back of the deck says, I left when I saw you with someone. Now this could be the indication of someone on their side, or perhaps someone on your side as well. Pile number 2. Let's get a charm bowl though for pile number 2. And what is the very last thought that this person had in their mind in regards to pile number 2 that they wish that they could have expressed? The Lovers, the Hanged Man. Now the Lovers is reversed. The Three of Pentacles is here. There is this benchmark of more. This expansion. They're wondering if they have the support of you in the future. They're worried about foundations overall. And there's this error in judgment. It's like, I don't want to make the wrong decision at the wrong time. I want to make it clearly. And it's like, I regret some of the choices that I've made. They're also talking about a decision that could include other people for someone watching too. And that's what kind of makes them surrender in the present moment. But this Hanged Man, his head, his crown is all lit up with thoughts of you. They're hesitating for now, but his legs are all red, a symbol of empowerment for me. So it's like they're thinking about what they can do to create change. We have the letter I and Q and Z and L. We have the microphone for communication and finding joy in the journey. I think of Temperance. So trying to find a balance right now, but intentionally wanting to come out with communication. Infinity, strength. Temptation here with the Siren of the Mermaid, luring sailors to their depths. And that's what's making them nervous, is taking a leap of faith and planting a new seed. 5 of Wands, competition, obstacles, and the imprint that you've left in their heart. It's like they're trying to give you hope that there's more to come in the future of this connection. All right, that is what I have for you today, pile number 2. I hope that it resonates with you. And if it does, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy as well. And be sure to hit your notification bell if you do, so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the red flower or to the butterfly spirit, and this is your reading. What does the person on your mind wish that they could say right now to you with no filter? The butterfly spirit says transformation is beautiful. It's number 11. So I think of justice. I think of Libra energy that could be relevant to you. But there also perhaps could be a work connection here. So somebody who gets distracted in the work realm by you, or is influenced, works with you, perhaps even for someone watching, but that's not an overarching theme at this moment. They're talking about doorways, and even here with the butterfly, you know, I often say about Maya Angelou, what she said, we marvel at the beauty of this beautiful butterfly, but we fail to acknowledge what it had to go through to attain the beauty. And so there's doorways here and transformations that is possible, and how that transformation overall can be such a beautiful thing of abundance. And this person really wants to start by expressing that they feel like a transformation with you would bring them more abundance, would make them feel more confident, would make them feel like they're in a better position overall in life. So that's what you inspire. You inspire advancement. You inspire abundance in some type of way. So I'm going to use the Sante Morte Tarot for you today to start your reading. What does this person wish they could say to pile 3 right this moment? They are focusing me on the crown as well, so position could be important. What do they wish they could say right now, please? The 9 of Cups. Oh, we're starting with such a strong card, pile 3, because this is somebody who's crushing on you. It's like, I wish for you. I hope for you. It's like all my hope is in that basket. I'm secretly hoping for you. There's the treasure chest, but it's like I'm crushing on you, and I want to steer my ship in that direction. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. They also have seen you transform. It's almost like they've seen you rise the ranks or move through some certain cycles of your own in the practical realm. They're highlighting you and how capable you are, how smart you are, how beautiful you are, how attractive you are, how independent you feel. It's like you make things look easy. Not that they are, but you make things look easy. You make beauty look easy. Like it's just, you're just naturally a beauty. You have the Tower reversed. This person wants to express this extreme fear of loss surrounding you, but also surrounding something else, something practical perhaps. The Tower in the reversal, in this specific tower, every time you turn the card, there's a new scene in a different configuration. It's kind of like Harry Potter staircases that move around. And then everywhere you turn it, there's going to be a new scene. And there's a tooth missing from the skull as well. And when we have the Tower reversed, it's really speaking about the fear of upheaval. The fear of this epiphany, the fear of my truth coming to the surface. I'm afraid to tell you how I truly feel because of what will happen if I do. You have the 6 of Wands. And so I wear a lot of masks around you. And there's this aspect about confidence, and there's the butterfly, abundance and confidence and victory, and wanting to have that with you. Like this is preemptive. This 6 of Wands is victory. And then we have the 10 of Wands of uncertainty, of the unknowns. And it's like, I can't have victory with you unless I face this. I can't have this, the desires of my heart, unless I face this, unless I face the 10 of Wands and the unknown. And they are talking about being a bit obsessed with you too. There's a fear around their root chakra, around the security, but then their sacral chakra is all lit up in relation to you. So it's like these 2 chakra systems, both with certain types of blockages, both being ignited in certain ways too. It's like a back and forth tug of war. And here is the World with the Wheel of Fortune. They're also wanting to express that they hope that it's just a matter of time before this is a natural transformation. And that overall, yes, it's difficult for us to remove codependencies and remove fears and face the unknown. But when we do, the transformation is beautiful. It rises us out of uncertainty and into something more profound. And they feel like there's something destined about your connection too. You can see that the Divine Feminine is dressed as a bride and she's got that timepiece in her hand. So there could be an emphasis on commitments or marriages here. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. But you can also see that here's the bride again with a black bride underneath. And it's like this yin yang energy. It's like, maybe I didn't make the right decision in that commitment, or you didn't make the right decision in that commitment. I don't want to create havoc in your life right now. So I continue to just take it on the chin, or I continue to just focus on the masks that I'm wearing, because now's not the time, and I don't want to do that to you. So you guys could have very mirrored actually experiences, or very mirrored practical concerns. There could be two-sided commitments here for someone watching. And so they know that now is not the time, but they also have not given up on that. Here, even with the Four of Swords, all of those lights are out except for one spark, and they're nailing the coffin shut. But the truth is that that spark is still lit, and they haven't completed the process. The Four of Swords is healing, a necessary healing, where we retreat to gain a new perspective. But there is a reality that hurts right now that's causing the delay. And this person wants to execute that, or wants to express that about, they recognize it. They know it's in the way. They're not blind to the facts, and they're not blind to the attraction that they feel. It inspires them. They fantasize about you. And the fantasies go in a very physical way, but then they also eventually teeter down into the obstacles, because that's what fantasy is supposed to do for us. When we start to get an impulsive sort of memory or impulsive thought that comes in, it prompts that reflection, and eventually spirit does guide that reflection back to the obstacles so we can clear them out if we're able to. And there's this feeling about wanting a brand new day eventually. They know now's not the time right now, but they want you to know that they are holding space for that transformation. And there's the butterfly again. They are also communicating that they have a fear of hurting others amidst this whole situation and amidst this transformation that they want. But there's this message about overall change is a constant that we can rely on, and transformation overall can be such a beautiful thing. There are some weeds we have to sort of wade through in order to get to that transformation. And that's why they're saying, I'm not ready yet for that, because I'm not ready to hurt other people. I'm not ready, but it's a constant reminder that I'm going to have to do that in order to create change here. And they're fantasizing about you, and they want more out of the situation because they feel like this is destiny. They feel like the cycle hasn't completed, or they can't be this version of themselves without applying this force towards you in some type of way. Like, I can't have it all or feel completely abundant until I'm in a connection with you. And this is their desire, like this is their wish. They put you on that pedestal. King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And in this moment, you can see that the King of Swords is all armored up, and the kings are supposed to be done with fighting. You know, they're supposed to be in charge. They get to relax. But this person still feels like they have to defend themselves against the truth of how they feel, even though he's wearing the red cloak, which means it also empowers them at the same time. But on the cloak are all of these little cubes, all of these squares going up the side of his cloak, which means that his empowerment gets influenced by his environment, or gets influenced by how safe he feels within this perspective of you and taking action towards you. So it's like they're armoring themselves because of the truth that they feel. It's like they feel like they have to preemptively get defensive and prepare for a battle. The Magician. They also feel like some of your energy is being monopolized in other commitment cycles or other environments right now. And they want you to understand. They're talking about how they want you to understand the influence you have. Maybe you don't even realize it. Maybe you're too focused on what's going on in your life. But they're like, you don't even understand the influence that you have over me, and how all of my power, my logic goes out the window when it comes to you. It's like, logically, I know the obstacles, but it's like when it comes to you, you steal all that focus away from it. You monopolize my strength. Queen of Wands. And there's an aspect of keeping you waiting. You could be a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You don't have to be. The Queen of Pentacles is also earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Now this Queen of Wands is supporting the Tower reversed. And when the Tower is in reverse, it's like we haven't received the epiphany yet, or we don't think that maybe you've picked up on this energy in this moment. It's like they're not sure if you're picking up on their struggles, their fear of loss. They wonder if you feel as dissatisfied as they feel sometimes. Here on the floor, actually, we have, I just noticed, the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. And they're talking about boundaries for the Divine Feminine. Boundaries for you. And they don't want to cross a line with you. They don't want to create a situation where they have to cross a line with you or cross over your boundaries. They're also communicating that they wish that there would be more forward information coming from you too. It's like, I wish I knew how you feel. They also are talking about how maybe sometimes in your environment, maybe you don't feel like you're enough. And that's such a lie to them. They're like, you are more than enough. So if you feel dissatisfied in your own environment, and maybe you've communicated that to this person in some way, or they've picked up on that, they're like, you are more than enough for abundance. You are more than enough. And I've got so much I want to say, and I'm keeping myself cloaked. And there's the armor as well with the Knight of Swords. I have so much I want to say, but what happens if I do? Will I be met with support? Will I be met with a mutual feeling? And there's the Ace of Wands. Back of the deck is the Four of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. And the Four of Wands is this initiation into something more abundant, something to celebrate. It usually involves multiple people. It's like the twin flame. Knowing that you're a twin flame, perhaps, knowing that there's something special here, knowing that they want more out of it, but having to hold back for now, in the very least, because it's like, I don't want to look bad. I don't want people to question my integrity, so I have to keep it secret for now. And there's the Ten of Wands, but it's such a heavy burden, and they want you to understand that it's such a heavy weight on their shoulders to not reveal all of these feelings and truths to you, to not be able to speak it into existence. Because you inspire transformation, but it's like before they're emphasizing the moth, and I know that you're drawn to the butterfly, but it's like before we can ascend in the butterfly realm, there's this feeling about being inspired by this moth and by the attachment and by the codependencies, and fixing that first so that we can move into transformation, which overall is very scary. Upheavals are scary, and this person is scared of that, but there are rewards that can be very great as well, which is ascension. The Hierophant is not just about jobs and careers and marriages. They can be, so there can be relatable messages there for you, but it's also about the very close line of our practical steps that equates to spiritual development. And if somebody's feeling stuck in the present moment, or feeling like they're just one cup shy of satisfaction and feeling like they can have it with you, when they take that leap of faith, they're not just ascending into something maybe more practically fulfilling, but they're also fulfilling some parts of their soul contract by fearing change, but tackling it anyway. But they are concerned about people's opinions, and you know, when the Knight of Pentacles shows up, we're asked to make decisions based on our integrity, and that's why they're holding back their truth right now. They're inspired to unleash it on you, but they may hold back at least until they feel like it's the perfect timing, or when their success will be more assured to them. But it's also speaking about the difficult nature of that transformation and how difficult they're having, the difficulties that they're having in trying to execute the change, and they feel like they're keeping you waiting for it. Evolution, earth changes, climate changes, and transformation. They want you to know that they don't have intentions of keeping things the way that they are, but it almost feels like they're relying on the weight of the world to be lifted for them. It's like they're relying on the universe, because they feel so connected to you, to make a way when they are the force. The Magician here, they are the force, or they feel you are the force. Both of you perhaps have the ability to make change. It's just going to require strength. And the Sacred Heart, they want you to know that in their Sacred Heart, they have surrendered to the spiritual communion between the two of you. They've surrendered to the love, and they've surrendered to they want to surrender to the passion, but they can't yet. There's an emphasis of being held back to maintain harmony for other people, or to maintain comfort zones for others at this time. We have feeling lost, confused, and lonely, though. It's like, I was on a search until I saw this epiphany. I was on a search, and I think you might be the solution to my dissatisfaction right now, because I feel like they're not feeling happy in their present realm, and they're like, I feel like I can be a better version of myself with you. I know I can't right this moment. It's like I'm feeling lost, confused, and anxious, but I feel like with you, I could have a different feeling about my experiences. We have the message here, positive news, positive outcome. This came out in pile 1 as well. There is intentions with this person, but I also feel a huge hesitation in applying that force, at least in the next chapter. I feel like there's going to be a significant delay in this person being able to express themselves in a real physical way to you. We have girl with a snake. It says here, empath and narcissistic paradigm, being charmed or used, enabled, and boundaries. I think there are boundaries here, temptation boundaries that are very dangerous, at least in this person's perspective, because there's lightning and that's the tower energy. They're afraid of sudden change, upheaval. And so they self-sabotage sometimes. It's like, but they are also persistent. It's like they're working on it because you influence them and they can't let it go. There's no sign here of them releasing you in the present moment, but they do self-sabotage any production or anything that could create change right at this moment because of that fear. How do they truly feel right this moment, please? What do they wish they could say right this moment to pile number 3? I've been hurt by love before. They also want to say that they're afraid of hurting others. There's an emphasis on that. It's like, and I know what that feels like because I've been hurt in this way. I have options, but I only want you. So if those options are what's holding you back from your clarity, Spirit says you don't need to worry about that because the options don't really affect them as much. But they truly do because they're trying to avoid upheaval. But they're also focused on the boundaries of the divine feminine. So they could be worried about your boundaries too. I've looked into tarot readings. So somebody who has questioned the spiritual basis of this connection, maybe with other people, maybe with tarot readers, for instance, or some type of spiritual development has occurred because of this connection and influence of you. I've been focused on money because I'm trying to build for myself in the work realm. And I've thought about having a family with you. So even if there are family units, they've envisioned you in that position here. We do also have, though, the thought of explaining myself and apologizing scares me. I don't want to see that pain that I've caused in your eyes. They don't want to see pain at all that they cause. They don't want to hurt other people. I feel like this person is a decent person, like they're a good person. They just didn't anticipate maybe meeting somebody that triggered them the way that you do, that prompted them to change the way that you have. What do they truly wish that they could say right this moment, please? They truly wish that they could say right this moment that I think that I'm in love with you. What do they wish they could say right now with no filter? That I'm watching you, I keep tabs on you. In whatever environment they know you, could be work from for some, could be online for others as well. Addicted to you. And I want to call you, but would you answer? It's like, if I came forward with an offer, what would your response be? Would you be prepared or would you maintain your boundaries? Now is not the time, they feel, for you, but that could be just them placating their own actions so that they are allowing themselves to procrastinate. I'm afraid that you won't like the person I've become. It's like, I'm afraid that you'll question my integrity if I jump ship. It's like, what will people say? Have you moved on? Question mark. Do you feel the same way? Whoops, on the floor. Oh, we got a lot on the floor. And I'm going to show them all to you. I don't normally, but let's look at these. We have here, and it has my dog's hair all over it because my dog's a husky and he's constantly shedding. Karmic lessons are at play. So karmic relationships here. This feels like an obsession. It says, we are not on the same level. I do not deserve you. But I have so much to tell you. Are you still mad? They're intimidated by you too. Like, there's an intimidation factor here when it comes to the divine feminine, when it comes to the Queen of Wands, when it comes to the Queen of Swords. But they're like, I have so much that I wish that I could just tell you right now. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. The last thought that this person had about pile 3 in the bowl that they wish that they could have expressed. The 3 of Cups reversed. They really were having these thoughts about support. Having support or not looking like a supportive person and wondering what would happen if they made a decision in relation to you. This is somebody who's thought about having a full-fledged relationship with you, but they have some type of moral choice that they feel like they have to make. There's also a heavy responsibility vibe that I'm feeling with this connection, and maybe even motherhood or responsibilities like that for the divine feminine. They're also questioning in their mindset what your emotions are and how deeply you feel for them. In the Bull, we have the Holy Bible, and we have Kings and Queens. We have and we have a little letter S. And we also have here Capricorn. So attachment, they could be a Capricorn. There's also Gemini in the Bull. We have the open book, so somebody who wants to open the book, but we have the Holy Bible getting in the way. So commitment cycles, making vows perhaps as well. And Kings and Queens, it's talking about fairy tales here with this little tiny book. It's talking about position, so the king and the queen position, who often have a lot of responsibility on their plate. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. I would love to read for you. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do, so that I can notify you if you're chosen the winner. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading below as well. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.